Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. So today we are going over my beautiful wig collection. So a while ago I put up a little, story on Instagram talking about whether or not you guys wanted to see my wig collection, and you did, and I never did the video. So we're doing it today. So I have compiled a little list of questions right here, and I'm going to be telling you a little bit about wigs, a little bit about my personal wig collection obviously, and just showing you the range of what I have. So without further ado, let's get into it. It looks so small. So the first question is, how many wigs do I have? Last time I counted, I had 24, but so the most wigs I have had is 27, but like this beautiful girl right here, you can't see, but I will bring her down eventually. She's made up of 2 wigs that I made myself, and I've also got another one over there that is 2 wigs, so I've combined a bunch of different ones. So my total now is 25, which isn't actually a lot. A lot of people have been telling me that 25 is a lot of wigs, but I mean, when you do special effects and things like that, you kind of just accumulate. So first thing I want to show you to get into this whole wig thing today is how to put on a wig. I think we are going to go with this green one right here. She's actually one of my favorites at the moment. She is synthetic and a hard front. She's my pride and joy. She's actually green, but there we go. So first thing you'll need first is a thing like this, which is a wig cap. It almost looks kind of like stocking material, except it's got a big hole all the way through. So what you're going to do with this, I'm going to take off my glasses for this point, is you're going to put it on like a headband. Oh, it's caught my earring. No. Pull out your hair, like so, and then pull it up like this and tuck in all your hair. My hair's really short at the moment, so it's really easy to get it all in there, but that's what you'll do even if you have long hair. Another thing you can do if you have long hair is to braid your hair and then tuck it all up into a wig cap. Some people either just braid it, French plait it. The best thing I'd say to do is either a soft braid or just to flick it all up in there and get it up. The actual wig application, I like to get my wig from the bottom. Wigs generally have these little clasps here that help to adjust the size of your wig, so they'll have all these little loops here. I have a medium size head, I'm gonna say, and so I just put them on the ends and just hook them up. So I'll take it from the nape, which you can see there, and grabbing the front, putting it on my forehead, and then positioning the nape down. Make sure to tuck in all your hair. Wow. And there's also these tiny little bits where your ear would go, so it's cut out like that. Find those bits and position them down, and that is how to put on a wig. Okay, I'm gonna chill with her on for a bit. She's nice. She's good. How do you make your wigs more comfy? So a lot of people say that wigs get really itchy by either the nape or by the top of the forehead, and one way I find that it actually helps to make these less itchy and hot is to not use a wig cap. And I know that negates like the whole purpose of, you know, trying to put on a wig. If your hair is super long, you might just have to deal with it, but when your hair is either medium length or super short like mine, just tying it in like a low ponytail and then flicking it under the nape of the wig is actually probably your best way to go. Because what the wig cap does is when your hair is all pressed around your head starts producing heat, because it's pretty much the equivalent of wearing like a beanie or something like that. So obviously you start sweating, and that's what makes everything so itchy. So if you take out that layer, it removes some insulation, which is also a lot more comfortable in the wig wearing process. So again, like I said, if you have super long hair, this might not work because you might not be able to keep all your hair under the wig itself, but it's kind of hit and miss. If there's any other ways that you can figure out to make wigs less itchy and uncomfortable, let me know, but that's the only way I know. Disclaimer though, if it's not your wig or someone else is wearing your wig, make sure they wear a wig cap. How do you make the wigs look good? So most of my wigs are hard front, and they generally come with bangs, because the problem that I have is that I have this nice little heart-shaped forehead, or a widow's peak, I guess. So when I get wigs that don't have bangs and also have a middle part, it ends up looking not so natural. I feel like it makes my forehead look a little bit, you know, smaller than it should be, but I can't pull it back anymore because then you start seeing a little bit of a dip. So one way that you can counteract this is by simply wearing a hat or beanie. I like wearing hats anyway, so it's not really a problem for me, but if you're someone who doesn't like wearing hats and you have the same sort of face shape as me, your best bet would be probably to get the lace front wigs, where you can adjust the front of the lace by plucking it and matching your hairline. A lot of wigs also are very, very shiny. Like if you see this one in the corner here, it doesn't look as realistic as say that one or that one, because it has a really silvery shine, because it is a cheap cosplay synthetic wig. One way to get rid of that shine is to either put baby powder or talcum powder over it and then brush it out. You can also use dry shampoo and that gives the same sort of effect. Or if you really want to commit, you can let your wig sit in fabric softener for 5 days. That's 10. Here we go. 5 days. I'm currently in the process of doing that now with 3 of my wigs that I recently bought. Got them from just like it's not a convenience store, but it's not like a Halloween store, you know. It's not a $2 shop either, but one of those sort of shops. I got 3 of those wigs and those are currently soaking in fabric softener. I've seen this on Pinterest and on all sorts of different cosplay sites telling me that this is the easy way to remove shine if you're willing to wait and you don't have to wear the wig straight away. So I will let you know how that goes. So maintenance and storage of wigs. So a lot of people generally keep the bags that their wigs come in and then they store them in like little cubes or things like that. That is a perfectly fine way to store them, but over time, if you have wigs that have curls or things like that, they can become pressed and squashed and they don't end up looking that nice. Another thing about putting them in and out of bags is they just get, what do you call it, fuzzy? You know, kind of like this. And then you have to keep brushing them, so then they keep shedding. So what I like to do is obviously store them like this. This is a good way to store your wigs, but over time they can get really, really dusty and have dust mites and things like that. So you've got to make sure that you're actually using them regularly, or even just brushing them out regularly, just to make sure that all the dust and things like that is gone. Because the last thing you want is some bugs deteriorating at your wigs. Probably the best way to store them though is on a wig head, like those styrofoam wig heads. I don't have any of those because could you imagine if I had to do that for all of these wigs, and I'm pretty sure those heads are about $5 to $10 each, so it would end up being my $1,000 wig collection, which it probably will be one day, I'm not gonna lie. The difference between lace front and hard front wigs. So as I said before, this is a hard front wig. It was meant to be a lace front, but it is a hard front, and what that means is that the wig has a solid band through here, meaning that the front is hard. So it's really easy to tell that it's a wig and not a natural hairline because it just kind of starts there. And this one is also a set middle part. Generally with lace, if it's a full lace front, you can sort of flip-flop where you want the part, whereas this one is set where it is and I can't change it. So the only lace front wig that I actually own is this one here. Unfortunately, this one isn't that great. Doesn't look very realistic or anything like that, but this is a lace front wig here. As you can see, it's got a part in here and all of that is just lace. You can see straight through it and all the hair has been knotted on individually through that. This is all lace there. And how do you make this look more natural is by plucking the individual hairs to mimic your own hairline, because then you can position it right on there. Where do I buy my wigs? So a lot of my wigs have come from a lot of random places. So originally when I was just starting out, this was before special effects or anything like that, I just always loved wigs. I got them originally from Wish. So I have another level above this. So this is level 2, this is level 3, level 1 is up there. And a lot of those are Wish wigs, which are really hit and miss. But if you're not looking for like a realistic and more sort of a costume wig, Wish is actually a really good place to look. A lot of my other wigs, like these two here, I got from a site called Dress Lily. It's also one that's kind of hit and miss, but they are a lot better quality. All of my wigs are also synthetic. I don't have any human hair wigs. This one here I saw on an Instagram ad, and me being young, I actually thought like, hey, this must be a good thing. If Instagram is endorsing this company, surely it must be a good place to shop. And the actual place that I went onto, it was supposed to be a human hair lace front wig with a part that you can move, so there was no set part or anything like that. It's really not a bad wig, but it is synthetic indeed, and it is a hard front. So yeah, Wish, Dress Lily, these ones across here I got from Facebook Marketplace. There was a lady who was moving and she was selling a bunch of wigs in bulk, and I was like, I will claim all of those up. If you want to go for some more expensive wigs and things like that, because obviously all of my wigs are actually on the cheap side because I use them more for cosplay and costuming rather than like wanting to wear them out. Even though I do wear some of these out sometimes. But if you wanted to go to the more expensive side, I will leave some listed down below of sites I've been told are really good, but I haven't personally purchased from myself. Can't really be a judge of whether they're good or not, but I've been told by a lot of like high up cosplayers, and also just for general wearing in themselves, they are good sites. So those will be listed down below. The normal price range for wigs is actually probably anywhere from $50 to $100 if you're looking for a good, decent wig. If it's human hair, after that, even 150, 300 plus. You can even, wigs even range into the thousands. So there's really no way of saying what the price range for wigs is, but based on what I would say, if you're looking for a realistic wig that you want to wear out, probably anywhere between $70 to $100. Without further ado though, I reckon I have talked about wigs long enough, and I think we're just ready for a little bit of a fashion show. Cue the music. And that is it for my $600 wig collection. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, make sure to like it and leave a comment down below. Which one is your favorite wig? What wigs do you like to buy? Lace front, hard front? Let me know. Let me know. Just chat to me in the comments, you know, I like talking to you guys. And if you like my videos, then, you know, why not throw us a subscribe? Click that subscribe button. When you do, click on the bell icon so you get click the bell icon so you get post notifications, which is a notification every time that I post. There we go. English complete. And as always, I will see you in the next one. Goodbye!